He leaned across the glass table, resting his gloved hand beside my untouched coffee. "You're number 54. His voice was low, steady. The kind of steady that's rehearsed, not real. The kind of steady that cracks when things go sideways. Your wife paid in crypto, 90,000 even. Half up front, half after the job." He showed me pictures. Mouths opened mid-scream. Necks bent in wrong directions, bullet blooms behind glass eyes. A slideshow of the dead, presented without pride, just procedure. I watched, quiet. He kept talking. "You've got a good face, calm. Most guys beg. You're not begging." "No." I smiled. Not out of confidence, not out of arrogance, out of confirmation. Because I already knew something was off. The way she touched my face last night, like a goodbye masked as affection. The smell of his cologne on her coat. Not unfamiliar, just out of place. I let him finish. I even thanked him. And when the red laser touched the center of his forehead, he flinched. First sign he wasn't as ready as he claimed. I never flinch, not anymore. She started locking her phone 2 months ago. Not unusual, not alarming, but she also started kissing me with her eyes open, as if watching me, waiting for something. Then the little absences, groceries taking too long, makeup done for late-night yoga, quiet fights with herself in the bathroom mirror. I cataloged it all. You don't do 18 years undercover without knowing when someone is lying. Their body betrays them first. The mouth always follows. She called me David once in bed. My name is Michael. I didn't ask. I just said her name back, slowly, like a scalpel cutting open silence. She smiled too quickly, then turned her back. That's when I knew something wasn't just broken. Something was being built, constructed. I just didn't know what, yet. The private server was child's play. She used her maiden name as the password. Rookie move. Emails to someone named R. Coordinated weekends. Transfers. One subject line read, "Get it done. I'm done waiting." Attached, a photo of me shaving in the mirror. Time-stamped. From inside the house. The betrayal wasn't the worst part. It was her efficiency. How precise she'd become. Calculated. Clinical. She was mimicking me. I ran a DNA test on our daughter. I didn't want to, but I had to. She was mine. That was almost disappointing. At least then there would have been a reason, a crack in the logic. But no. She wanted me dead, and I hadn't even failed her. I'd just become inconvenient. The life insurance, the accounts, the silence she could finally afford. She wanted closure. She just didn't realize I'd been preparing mine long before hers. I printed everything, the wire transfers, the emails, the blueprints of my death. 3 photos of the hitman's car outside our home, before he even knocked. I left the folder on the kitchen table. She came home from yoga wearing heels. She saw it, didn't touch it, just froze. "Is this some kind of joke?" she asked. I didn't respond. I just watched. Her breath shortened, shoulders tightened, voice cracked when she repeated it, a tremor of panic. It's always the second question that's honest. Her hand trembled over the folder, then stopped. I held her gaze, calm, unblinking. She looked down, swallowed, sat, but didn't open it, didn't need to. She knew what was inside, and she knew I'd already read it all. That silence between us, it was the sound of something dying, not me. I waited 2 days, let her think I hadn't done anything yet, that maybe I would forgive her, that maybe I was paralyzed by emotion, confusion. But confusion never touched me, only calculation. I brought the man she hired to dinner. He thought it was just a contract renegotiation. She opened the door in a red dress, saw me, then saw him. She dropped the wine glass. He saw the laser before he heard the click. Targeting system from the Ridge. My team's always punctual. I told him to sit. told her to listen, then handed her a manila envelope. Inside, her psychological profile, compiled from surveillance, bank records, and weeks of intel. "You married me for protection," I said quietly, "and now you're afraid of what I become without you." She didn't deny it, didn't cry, just sat there, as the man she hired looked at me like he was the one betrayed. I looked back at her and said nothing. Some things don't need to be spoken, they just need to be known. She's still alive. That's the part that matters. She wakes up every day knowing I let her live, that I knew, that I watched, that I waited. And when I moved, I didn't scream. I didn't rage. I just ended it, emotionally, strategically. She lives with her choice, and I live with mine. You don't need to kill someone to destroy them. You just need to take away their illusion of control. I changed my name, moved cities, new job, new routine, but I kept the folder, not as a reminder of her, as a reminder of what I become when pushed. The calmest men don't snap. We decide. And when I decided, she lost everything, quietly, irrevocably, like the sound of a trigger before the shot. She wanted me dead. Now she just wants to forget I ever existed.